And I'll have to tune this a bit. Basically, I want you to be able to charge up pretty much exactly how much velocity you'd otherwise impact the wall with and get stunned with. So you can't rev yourself up to be stunned, but you can rev yourself up. Let's see. Maybe it shouldn't be exact. Maybe it should just be something. Alright, we'll see. Physics tuning, totally sorts of screwed. All sorts of screwed. I mean, the other thing would be to have the movement data actually set the charged physics allowed. $1,000 may not be enough. I think it's like 5,000. I'll have to look at his motion and how much force is on the hit. But I think it's somewhere around 8 to 10,000, so maybe this should be like 5,000 or something like that. Just it'll allow you to hold on to, as long as you're holding down that charged physics, it won't go down. Because I do definitely want that, where if you're sliding down a wall and you're holding into it, it should allow you to charge up that much speed as you hold down, and it should be at a capped level. So, because you'll be building up momentum in the wall, so you're holding against the wall, and you can jump out, and it might actually be really useful for this to have that perfect level be fast enough that you jump out quite a bit, and maybe I could tune that to the value being that perfect maximum arc out there. So the key to getting that wall jump up in the corner is just hold into the wall with your sprint button and then jump away at a certain height, and you'll always make it. I probably should do that. So those like maximum height jumps is just, it's not something you have to be super amazing at. As long as you know the trick to do it, it's just, get above it, hold into the wall, charge up, jump out. That would be pretty nice, actually. Because if I can't do that wall jump consistently with, because I could do it before with the charging, then I don't think many people can. Not that I'm super amazing at it, but I can do wall jumping in Metroid all day, and a lot of people just like cannot fucking do that to save their life. It's just really funny. It's like either you can wall jump or you can't, and they have all these workarounds for it. Like I love that when you'd watch somebody who isn't super good playing Super Metroid and they just can't fucking wall jump, and you're just like, God. Like, well, you have to go collect all the items. You can't just sequence break everywhere. So yeah, you suck. Sorry. You're just one of those people that can't process holding 3 buttons at once. It's just, I'm sorry you're one of those people, but I really don't care. Alright. So let's open up that player and see what the current hit velocity is. So it's in gameplay, player, logic object. It's inside of the broadcast for the event, for the on hit, I'm pretty sure. Handle collisions, so the magnitude is greater than GM player runs at a wall. Yeah, okay. Magnitude is greater than impact stun air, 11,000 versus 11,000. So we can actually put like 8,000 in there. So why don't we go ahead and do that? So why don't we let's put 9,000. So you can charge up pretty damn close to your running speed. Mean? I mean, if you can't wall jump in Super Metroid, I'm sorry, but you'll get no sympathy from me. You may get me to make the game easier, but I won't be sympathetic about it. I will talk behind your back and make sure to tell everybody about it. I mean, I'll do that anyway, so that's kind of a given. No idea. Never played. You've never played Super Metroid? Well, it's a game you should definitely play at some point, or at least go watch some runs of it, because it's a really good game. It's one of those classic games that really they did it right. Wouldn't expect anything. Because it's got excellent music, it's got really cool characters. It was kind of the first of its own. Like there was Metroid, yes, but then Super Metroid was like it's just the defining game of a genre of games. Like without that game, you wouldn't have Symphony of the Night. You wouldn't have, in some ways, yeah, you wouldn't have a lot of games. And that's why they call it the Metroidvania style of game. So let's go into that grasslands level. Oh yeah, that feels so much better. Oh yeah, that's so fucking easy. Okay, yeah, that is great. That is actually amazing. Yeah, that change is going in. That going in. Yeah, yeah. It's on the Super Nintendo. All right, that's actually really that feels really good. That wall jump improvement. That's worth getting in there. Add a warning for empty win-loss conditions. Okay, so did I already add a warning for that? Let's go look. So I didn't change grasslands. We don't need to save it. The warning for this guy. It's always nice when you get that, like, this feels so much better moment on movement controls, because movement controls just. You never know what the fuck is actually needing to be fixed. So when you get those, like, yes, this now fixed the problem, you're like, oh, thank you, God. Because it's not like you can quantify a feeling of what feels right and wrong. You're like, well, what would change about this? And you're like, well, I think you should be able to charge up momentum against the wall when you jump. You're just like, that's not what occurs. You're just like, well, the wall jump kind of feels wrong. And you're like, well, what about it? And you're like, well, I don't jump off enough. You're like, okay, well, we'll add like an initial jump velocity. But that's not really a good... That's not a better solution than what we have right now, which is the charging up, because it makes sense, because Bitey's speed goes into it. So the longer you charge up, you reach a maximum naturally. You can also... There's some tuning in there. It's just a better thing. So if we validate our missions, we want to check if there are any empty loss conditions. So... Empty win or loss. Do we have counting for the... Let's see. Looks like something you might have liked. Oh yeah, like, I have not heard very many people say, oh, I played Super Metroid and it was the worst game ever and I didn't like it. Like, I would totally play that on your completely legal Super Nintendo. I think what you mean is you have that game and you legally own it, and you'll be able to play that in your free time. Let's see. We go through every stage. The issue was we had a loss condition that was empty. No, it was if a loss condition was none or something like that, wasn't it? I need to go double check this. You still own a Super Nintendo. I've still got one. It's do I still have one? Where the hell would it be? Yeah, I think it's next to the big box of magic cards that is from, like, elementary school. Because I was like the last kid out of the house, so I took all that sort of crap with me forever. Alright, so we have anything on victory? We don't have anything on victory conditions. Alright, so we need to go to our game objects. It's loss conditions. Do we have any loss conditions? So for a win condition, if any of the conditions are true... No, it's an and. If any of the loss conditions are true, you have to have a loss condition or it immediately loses. I need to go look at the code in the blueprint. Alright, so how does this work in the... This is for if we won or lost a level. So if we go to our missions and we go to our it has one stage. So if any of these are false, so if there are no win conditions, you just win. So it has lost stage. So if any of the lost conditions are true, you lose. Otherwise, so it would be if any of the conditions are empty, like having no lost conditions is fine. The problem was there was a lost condition that had a none on it, and it just like returned true. So what it needs to be is if you have a lost condition, it needs to be a valid lost condition. All right, so let's go through every stage. All right, so what we want to do is we want to go through stage.loss conditions. Yeah, it's going to be for F condition, and stage loss conditions. It'll be if condition dot comparison, be condition. Yeah, this will be condition. This will be condition value none or is there an undefined? Then yeah, we're going to stage has invalid loss conditions. Okay, the other thing that we want to do is go through our mission win conditions and loss conditions as well. All right. So this will help that final issue that Adam had when he broke the build when we pushed out there for mission 10 was I think it was just an accidental misclick on the editor that created an empty win condition, an empty loss condition on mission 10, and it just instant failed. You know, the system should bark at you for that. I mean, you just shouldn't be able to do that. It should be like, hey, there's something screwed up, like I'm gonna refuse to export this mission. So that's what we're doing here is we're like, that's real obvious human error. Like, you know, oh shit, I clicked on something when I didn't mean to. Like, you can do that with if you didn't even know. Like, let's say you just like move your mouse around and you click accidentally or something on the fucking screen when you're typing in Discord. You know, to find your mouse, whatever. Just oh whoops, you just broke the build in production. You know, it shouldn't be that easy. We should also check if there are no win conditions. There has to be win conditions. Yeah, okay, we do have the win condition numbers set up properly. So there has to be some win conditions for things. Otherwise, it's not gonna... It'll let you go through, so that's fine. There's stuff like that all the time in Harmony. Yeah. Accidentally click on something. Don't even realize it. Come back later. Oh, Jesus, what has happened? This is awful. And I think I'm pretty much ending... Once I get this in here, I think I'm going to be done for today, so I'm pretty close to being finished. So this is export check. There was one error. Oh shit. What do we got? Stage has invalid win conditions. Check MS debug stage 1. Hey, there you go. I have a fucked up mission in the debug folder. So this was what? Debug 1? Stage 1? We've got a loss condition. It's stage has invalid win condition. So win condition, yeah, win condition 6 is invalid. So let's fix that. Awesome. That is most excellent. So let's just jump in and make sure that one of the missions works, like the collection mission on the forest. That is limited run. Ah, man, that's going to make the wall jumping sections that much easier, and I should go play that real quick and make sure that it works. Man, you can almost jump straight up there, like just first try. Alright, so let's go to the other mission. What is it? God, the names of the missions just elude me. Overcoming barriers, right? Because all the mission names were just crap that we made up, and Adam went through and changed all the really awful ones. So it's just like, what mission is that? It's like, it's much easier for me to know the codename designations of them. Yeah, that's a lot easier to do. See how easy that is? You just wait for the right place and then you can just get it. Every single time if I just find the right place. Yeah, that's just it. Shit. Yeah, that's so much easier. Excellent. Well, I think that's everything for today. Because what we got done, we got sub levels are fixed, some basic bugs, collectibles are customizable, platforms are customizable, warnings for mission exports are in there, wall momentum, temporary workaround for missions 3 and 1, and making and playing sub levels in the mission in the editor now works. So let's submit that and call it finished. Because I already worked a bunch this earlier today. Adam and I had a pretty long call. Those take time. Let's see. Fixing bugs with current mission sublevels, adding warnings, collectible. No, this is not that. This will be wall momentum, fix. And what else I add? I added the the sublevels for multiplayer. This will take a little bit because I gotta upload every map because I went and changed all the maps. Yeah, go grab food is definitely on the list of things that I should do. Of course, it's 5 in the frickin' morning, and I'm out of most food because I don't shop for much at a time. I just kind of go grab what I need. Because it's not like I got a family of 5 people always cleaning out the fridge for me or something like that. But at least what was good is they were selling energy drinks for $1 a pop at the store the other day, so I loaded up on those guys. Mini shopping, yeah. That's kind of. I think that's more ingrained into me now than before because when I was pretty much everywhere I was working, I'd just like stop on the store on the way back from work, and I was walking to work every day, which I always do. Like I never set myself up to commute with driving. I had enough of that shit the first year in college. So pretty much it was you could only buy stuff at the store that fit in your backpack. So you always just buy, a certain amount, and that's it. So it'd be like, do I really want a gallon of milk today? I don't want to drag that thing back to my fucking apartment. But yeah. So let's see. All right, so that is done. So, if supermarkets, yeah. I'm gonna get out of here. So thank you for sticking around, and have a good rest of your